my new intro. Enjoy my new video. Here we go. Hi, happy Friday. We're back. Did you miss us? It's been like 3 weeks because I was on a cruise ship last week, and the week before that I wanted to like pack and do stuff, and I think that's the day I changed my nails for the cruise. So how you doing, my master manifestors? It's Candice and Weasley. It's Manifesting with Candice and Weasley. I'm losing my voice. I don't know how. I don't know why. It just started yesterday. So bear with me. And today was my last day of work. I say bye to some of my students. Oh, and I was crying. I'm going to miss them. But I get to have 2.5 weeks of sleep and not hear Miss Candice a million times. Just kidding. I'm going to miss them. And with my baby. I'm going to have time with my baby. Yes, my baby. I can binge watch shows if it's Chicago PD. September 4th, I go back. Yay, break time! So happy, boo-boos. Yes, honey. So this video is something I said I was going to talk about so many times, and now I'm finally going to do it. It's about techniques, and if techniques really work. So keep watching so you can find out if techniques really work. Find out if techniques really work when it comes to manifesting techniques. What's day? So check out my techniques playlist. I have many techniques. I'll mention some during this video that you could do. The techniques that I have done. Anyway, I'm going to put them down and then we'll get started. All right, go. Hi, I'm back. Did you miss me? Like I said, this video is about, to answer the question, do techniques work? And there are many manifesting techniques. Like I said before, check out my techniques playlist. And I have different techniques. I have the 33x3. I have the 369. I have the water techniques. There's the SATs. I mean, I didn't make these up. These were things that were existing already. But I have videos on them. There's rampages, which are kind of like affirmations with excitement and yelling. So I guess it's kind of like a technique. Like I have said, affirmations are not really a technique. But just positive things you say to yourself morning and night, or you do robotic affirming, which is like basically all day. Check out my video on robotic affirming. Check out my video on what rampages are, and there are also affirmations. Check out my video on what affirmations are, my affirmations playlist, my rampages playlist. And check out my playlist on affirmations in the title, like when I talk about affirmations, like affirmations do work. And one of my latest videos on why your affirmations are not working for you. They do work, but there's reasons why they're not working for you. So that's not really a technique. So we'll get into more techniques, like the 33x3, for instance. You write 33 times for 3 days an affirmation in present tense, acting as if you already have what you want. That's law of assumption. You have to assume you already have what you want. So that technique does work because you're writing an affirmation. So even though it's a technique, they're still writing affirmations. But if they're not working, then they're not working for the reasons I said in my last video, why your affirmations are not working for you. So when you're doing 33x3, or any technique or saying affirmations, you should believe in them. They work for me when they believe, and when I let things go. I'm going to do a let it go video part 2. My next video is going to be like, well, you should be happy for other people. And then maybe the video after that would be like a let it go part 2. There's some people that say you don't have to let it go. But to me, when I let things go, that's when they flip. That's when I get things that I manifested. So when I did a 33x3 to get my cat Weasley. Check out my videos on how I manifested my dream cat. That's the only technique I use. And in my Law of Attraction Mistakes video, I talk about not using too many techniques because it's too much, and then you're not acting as if you already want. You stress yourself out. You get anxious, and that's one of the reasons why your affirmations don't work. What I talked about in my last video on why affirmations aren't working for you. There are other techniques. There are visualizing techniques. I have a visualizing playlist, like the SATs. So when you're visualizing, feel it as if it's real. In my video, Isn't It Wonderful video, that's more like an affirmation because you're asking a question and then you're answering it. Hi, Weasley. So, there you go. This feeder just went off. If you ever hear that noise, that's an automatic dry food feeder. It goes out at 4:35 in the afternoon. It goes out on a few times. So, Isn't It Wonderful is like an affirmation. I tell a story about the woman that used it and she felt wonderful. She would visualize herself feeling wonderful, and that's how she manifested money for the rest of her life. So you should feel it when you're visualizing. You should feel it when you're saying affirmations. A lot of techniques have to do with visualizing and affirmations or affirmations, like Isn't It Wonderful? So it's not really the technique themselves, it's how you use them. basically. If you're using techniques and they're not working, it's the same thing. Why affirmations aren't working? Because you're not believing, you're not feeling it. Because you're positive while you're doing it, but then later on you're negative. You're saying positive things while you're doing it, but that later you're negative. You're visualizing positive things and you having what you want, but then later you're negative and you're saying, why isn't it mine? I'm going to do another video about ignoring the 3D. So any manifesting technique you're doing, like the 369 is another one, which is almost like the 33 by 3. You're writing down affirmations. Feel it, believe it, and let it go. Robotic affirming is doing it all day, every day. There are people that get things fast with it, and there are people that wait months and years. That's because they're not feeling it or believing in them. There are law of assumption coaches that say you don't have to believe, you could just keep doing it. But there are law of assumption coaches, obviously, that are believing. And that's why they give them the wild. They probably don't know the feeling of not believing and not getting what they want. But I do. That's why I like me as a coach. I'm real and I tell the truth. There are times that I try to manifest things and it was hard for me to believe and I didn't get them. But then there are things that I do get because I believe. I have a video called Why You Should Believe, and I have a believing playlist. To me, you have to believe to receive. There are a couple of law of attraction coaches, like I said in my last video, that say you must believe to receive. That's why the saying in The Secret is ask, believe, receive. And there are people that are more into law of assumption than law of attraction. But I think they work well together because when you're showing gratitude and being positive, that's law of attraction, you will receive. When you ask once, don't keep asking, because you're not acting as if you already have it, which is law of assumption. You have to act as if you already have it. And then you're not believing that it's yours. You're not assuming that it's yours. So believing is like assuming, right? That's already yours. And then that's when you'll receive it. So when you're doing these techniques, even the water technique is a visualizing technique. So I said SATS is a visualizing technique. The water techniques, when you do the water techniques, you're visualizing. But when you visualize, feel it, believe it. A lot of celebrities are into law of attraction. And that's how they got what they wanted. So law of attraction works too, even though there are people that are more into law of assumption. So I said they work well together. Check my video on that, about how law of attraction and law of assumption work well together. So like I said, it's not the techniques really themselves, it's how you use them. And it's all about you. You create your own life. That video called You Create Your Own Life by using the law of assumption and the law of attraction the right way. Being positive, being grateful, not complaining, not being negative. Acting as if you already have what you want. Not being positive 1 minute about having it and believing it, and the next minute you're like, where is it? And you don't believe it, you're being negative, and you're like, it's not going to come. Or you're saying affirmations that trying to lose weight, and you keep saying you love yourself, but then you act like you don't love yourself later on. Later on, you're saying, oh, I hate the way I look, I'm fat. No, you have to feel pretty. You have to love yourself all the time and feel good about yourself all the time. That's self-concept. I have a video on self-concept too. I have a self-concept playlist. And I'm going to do another self-concept video. Why it's important to you, especially when you're trying to manifest an SP. So keep that in mind, that techniques do work. It's all up to you. When you're doing them, feel it, believe, let it go. And show gratitude. When you're done doing the techniques, say thank you, it's done, or thank you, it's already in mind, thank you, I already have it. Or I'm grateful for having it already. When you do 33 by 3 or 369, if you're trying to manifest a red Ferrari, red Ferrari, write 33 times for 3 days for the 33 by 3. I am so grateful that I have a red Ferrari. Or I have a red Ferrari. Thank you so much, universe. Or 369. 3 times in the morning, you write an affirmation. 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. You do the same exact affirmation. But you don't have to do both techniques. Don't overdo it. Just like with affirmations or anything, don't overdo it. It's stressful. It's anxious. Makes you more anxious. Then it makes you do it too much because you don't believe you have it. And then, your mind's going to think you don't have it. If you try to overdo it. You're like, oh, the 33 technique didn't work, or the water technique didn't work, or the SATS technique didn't work, or my affirmations are not working, or my affirmations are not working, or whatever technique you're using is not working. And that's why they're not working, because you're thinking that way. You do them, and then later on you're saying they're not working. So when you're doing it too much, and you're not believing it enough, and you're being positive when you're doing them, and later on you're being negative, they're not going to work. So stop doing too many techniques. Be positive all the time. After you do techniques, stay positive and don't complain and don't be negative and don't ask what your manifestation is. Love yourself always, even if it can be hard. Love yourself, be positive, and see your life change. You will get what you want. And then you really will love yourself the more you believe in it it will come to fruition. Whatever you're trying to manifest, to love yourself, like losing weight, it will happen when you start believing. So that's basically it. Let's go get Weasley. Hi, we're back. Did you like my video? Give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel so you can manifest whatever you want. So we'll see you in 2 weeks because I post a video every 2 weeks unless I'm busy or on vacation. Yeah, okay. I haven't been on vacation since 7 years. My first real vacation in 7 years. I posted a bunch of reels and pictures of reels from my vacation as shorts, as YouTube shorts. So check my YouTube shorts playlist. Anyway, have a good rest of your fur day and weekend. We'll see you in 2 weeks and we'll see you in shorts. And I'll still continue to post old shorts of him. All right, bye.